Son of a bitch.
Isn't this the most annoying sound ever? Well, think twice. If you really want to hear the most irritating sound in the world, watch this scene from Dumb and Dumber.
Hey, want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?
I think it's an art form to even produce these kinds of sounds as a mere human. Is Jim Carrey even human? Welcome to Dr. Video's vocal cord exam.
We start with Jim Carrey.
That's a lovely accent you have.
Dumb and Dumber is one of the top movies from Jim Carrey's prime years around 1994. He had been flexing his comedy muscles on Living Colour, a Canadian sketch show similar to Saturday Night Live, the 4 years before it. One of his most famous characters is Fire Marshal Bill.
Nice to meet you, folks! Fire Marshal Bill here!
His crazy voice talent was already present before. He started his movie career in 1981, but he reached one of his prime moments in 1994 with blockbusters like Dumb and Dumber, The Mask, and Ace Ventura.
What's the point, Ventura?
Only this.
His trademark is the magical combination of his voice and face, both amplifying each other, like in The Mask or Liar Liar. The way he shapes his face and mouth actually also shapes the air and sound that he makes. So the crazier his face, the crazier the sound. And since we also see his face, we don't just hear it. But even without audio, we could still imagine it. Thank you very much, Jim Carrey.
Our next contender is Reb Brown. But first, an exhibition.
Which of these two videos made the bigger impression? I'm guessing you're choosing for option B, because the sounds were provided by none other than expert screamer Reb Brown. Maybe you don't know who he is, but I suspect that you will recognize his voice. Reb Brown is a B-film movie star, but mostly got his fame later on the internet. Personally, I discovered him in an early YouTube review about an obscure movie called Your Hunter from the Future. Before he started his career as both a football player and an actor, his first appearance was in the movie in the film I think there's something wrong with your mic. That's the name of the movie. Really? Let's play Hangman. Category is film. 7 letters. Can I have the letter S? In the 70s, he had lots of appearances in TV series like Happy Days, Miami Vice, and Fantasy Island. Also, he was the very first Captain America. Was it good? Nope. And the second one? Okay. His true calling as a B-movie star came when he teamed up with director Bruno Mattei in the 80s. Mattei used Reb Brown as his muse in films like Strike Commando, Robo-War, and Space Mutiny. In all these films, he screamed his lungs out. He never made it to the A-list because his acting was kinda cheesy. So the contrast is that his screams feel piercingly real. It even feels like he's using his realistic screams to push himself into better acting. This guy was acting mostly in B-movies, I think mostly because he was screaming so much. Every situation in a Reb Brown film called for a scream. Any situation. Yes, any. Okay, name them. Screaming while exiting a vehicle. Screaming before you drink. Screaming while punching a hobo in the face.
Crazy man, he's got no fucking brain, you fucking head.
Screaming while emptying your rifle, while yelling your adversary's name in long syllables. Even IMDb credits one of his 2 tropes as incoherent screaming. He may be a B-movie actor, but Reb Brown is for me a grade A true scream king.
We continue our list with William Hanna.
Who does not recognize this scream? It's of course the well-known Tom the Cat. But did you know that he was voiced by William Hanna? He was co-founder with Joseph Barbera for the Hanna-Barbera cartoon studios, famous for Yogi Bear, the Flintstones and the Jetsons. He has voiced all sorts of cartoon sounds, characters and effects since 1942. But of course his most famous is Tom. Picture a big-time CEO bellowing his ass off in the studio. As you know, Tom usually gets the short end of the stick, so William mostly voiced his pain. In early Tom and Jerry cartoons, it was just cat sounds. Actually, that realistic sound didn't work as well because it implied a real cat in pain. Exchange it for a human voice and hey, it works better. Naturally, a human scream has a more gradual sounding start and end. To make it sound more abrupt and intense, the screams were edited. The beginning and end was cut off. This is why it feels more sudden and has more impact. William continued to make vocal effects until 1958. Tom and Jerry cartoons are being made till this day, although by different animation studios. But still, they use recycled screams from William Hanna. Apart from hearing the sound, we were also looking at cartoon images. They were made to fit exactly right with the sound. The timing and montage of the slapstick comedy drawings with the sound accompanied by a subliminal orchestra is brilliant, and in my opinion never been surpassed since. Although William Hanna is not among us anymore, I still enjoy the agonizing but oh so funny sounds he created with Tom.
In me power.
For the next powerhouse, I introduce you to Tara Strong.
You may not know her name, but you certainly recognize her voice from TV and video games.
I wish Cosmo and Wanda were here. Hey, that's my camera. I'm just as tough as Blossom and Buttercup. I'm hardcore.
Azarath, Metreon, Zinthos. I've had a really fun career.
Tara Strong has a whopping 600 plus voice credits to her name. She was probably born with the talent, because as a 5-year-old, she was already voicing her pets and toys. She even took on silly British accents when shopping with mum. She got her first role in Hello Kitty at age of 13, and from there the list just goes on and on and on and on. Other interesting examples: she voiced Baby Bo from the English dubbed version from Spirited Away. For video games, she did Paz Ortega from Metal Gear Solid 5. And she voiced Riku from Final Fantasy X. I wish she voiced the main character. Yes, because of that stupid laugh. According to her, the secret behind being a good voice actor isn't having a crazy voice, but more about being versatile and being able to act, or not being afraid of getting silly in the studio to create voice effects that sound real, and being able to imagine a situation and how a character would react to it.
Watch my hands.
I'll watch you.
Here comes the...
Yeah!
Perfect.
Although she voices so many, she never sounds the same or mixes any of the characters up. She says this is because she is creating the whole character in her head. And from then on, they simply live in her brain, waiting for their turn to play.
Hi, I'm Tara. You do my voice? You don't sound like me. I'm versatile.
I used to do this voice a lot. Yeah, I wish you'd seen it.
And pretty Pegasus. Whoa.
Well, thank you for my childhood. All hail Queen, Tara Strong.
And I was like my lines.
We close our list with Michael Winslow.
What are you in for? I'll show you.
God damn it, stop that!
You just witnessed a scene from Police Academy, starring sound effects guy Michael Winslow. While he wasn't the lead role, he was for me the most interesting part in the whole Police Academy franchise. Because this guy can almost make any sound with his mouth. Watching this as a kid is so impressive. How is this humanly possible? As a teenager, you start to doubt his capabilities. Is it sound mixing or is it lip syncing? But later I found out that he made all his own sound effects. Whoa. Could you imagine the pranks and jokes you could pull off just by making any sound?
Hungry, Diane?
He even makes sounds while doing absolutely nothing, like shaving with an electric razor. That is not electric. Even playing computer games without a console or joystick. But for me, the very best parts is when he is performing as musical artists. Especially when he is doing his Jimi Hendrix or Led Zeppelin. I don't even have words, so f***ing brilliant.
My name is the man with a better plan.
During his heydays in the 80s with Police Academy, he also did voices for the Gremlins and had a part as SFX guy in Mel Brooks' Spaceballs.
I've lost the bleeps, I've lost the sweeps, and I've lost the creeps.
The what? The what? And the what?
You know, the bleeps, the sweeps, and the creeps.
That's not all he's lost.
Later, he did some voice work for games like GTA San Andreas, and had small roles in TV films like Sharknado 3. Oh hell no! He even has guest appearances as his character Larvel Jones in Robot Chicken, and he played himself in Family Guy. Michael Winslow even came to perform in America's Got Talent in 2021.
I don't know what to say, man. You are a legend.
I agree with you, Terry Crews.
Hey. Hi there. How y'all doing?
Yes, exactly. But Michael Winslow, why did you come to perform on America's Got Talent?
Because I quit the business for my children. I had to raise them. Because I became a widower.
Oh, yeah, that's a good reason. Mr. Winslow, for me, you are the best version of a human beatboxer or sampler.
What I like to do.
That concludes the Dr. Video's vocal cord exam. I still have some boxes left, and I want to do a sketch with Mr. Winslow himself. See you at the next video.
Daniel! Wanna fight, huh?
Okay.
Fight me! Yeah!
You win! Perfect!
I think it's an art form to even produce. Was already, but his face, and voices were non-perf.